Howdy folks, Tom here. This is another video in the Truth Be Told series. Let's see, today talking about what happened when, well, it was 1995. Grateful Dead tour had just ended in Chicago. And since I was in the Northland of the United States, I decided to go canoe the boundary waters between Minnesota and Canada. I didn't have anything, I didn't have a canoe, but I figured, I'll just get one. And I did, those were the days of magic. And met a guy, he just gave me his old canoe, and we threw it on the roof and headed over to get in the water, and that was a lot of fun. We had a great time. While I was doing that, I met a fella named Sam Palmer. He had a great big old purple school bus, and I asked him where he was headed next, and he said Missoula, Montana. And I asked if I could go, and he said sure thing, and I piled in and we went, and saw a good fish show there at the University of Missoula. I don't know what it's called, Montana College. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, some days had gone by, and I was meeting the locals and hanging out with them, and I stopped by to check on a house full of girls that I met just to say hi. And they said it was one of their birthdays, and to celebrate they were going to head to the Weir hot springs on the border of Idaho and Montana. And it was really pretty. We got out there just around sunset, and it was real pretty. The hot springs were down in the bottom of a steep valley, and so the mountains came up like a V, and so you just had a small strip of the sky that you could see. It was real starry and beautiful, really clear, and nice weather. And we were just soaking in the water, relaxing. And over yonder hilltop comes a large, very large flying disc-shaped craft. It was the most classic description of a UFO you could hope for. Large saucer shape with a massive dome on top. It looked more like a domed city floating in the sky than your typical saucer. And around the edge of the saucer part, in both directions at the same time, like this, were flashing rainbow colored lights. It looked like a freaking huge party in the sky. And as odd and disturbing as that might be, the colors put us at ease, and nobody really freaked out. We all had a sense of well-being and amazement, and we sat in stunned silence and looked up at it. It was moving pretty slow, and so it took 15 seconds for it to clear that little space between the two mountaintops, and it slowly disappeared over the second mountaintop. And we didn't know what to say or think about it. We were just like, wow, that's amazing and very cool. And the rest of the night went very normally. We got tired of soaking, and we got out and headed back to Missoula. And I saw those girls one more time, and I'm not sure if we talked about it or not, but I hope everybody's doing good. All right, well, that's it for Truth Be Told today. I'm going to work on some more of these videos today since I'm just sitting around waiting for the power to come back on. Storm took it out. All right, y'all.